Hey guys, this is Miss Teresa. I hope you guys are having a good day today. I love you all, and I think you know that. I came on the other day and read a story to you, and I'm going to do that again here in just a minute. But I wanted to show you something first. I know Miss Mary and Miss Kimberly and maybe some of the other teachers have gotten on and talked to you about springtime. But since we left for break, it is spring now, and all the flowers outside are blooming. And I know we talked about in the fall how all the leaves fall off of the trees, but then in this time of year you start to see those leaves come back on the trees again. So you guys watch every day and just watch and see if more and more leaves don't pop out on your trees at home. But I wanted to show you some of the flowers that I've got in my house. I've got more flowers in my house right now than I think I've ever had before. But I've got flowers here, and you're going to start to see flowers all over the place outside blooming. Springtime is such a beautiful time of year. So I hope you guys can get out and enjoy some sunshine and see some beautiful things out there. You're going to start to see some birds and insects and all kinds of neat things. Instead of reading a story today to you guys, I'm going to tell you a story. And this is actually in a little folder. I don't know if you can see this or not, but my folder, it has different colored pages in it. And the other day I told you a story about color. Well, this is another story about color today. And since springtime is about beautiful, beautiful colors, I thought this might be a good one. It also talks about all the things that we've been talking about at school. We've been talking about feelings and how, sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're sad. Everybody has feelings like that. Sometimes you're mad or scared or angry or maybe excited about something. We've also been talking a lot at school about self-esteem and just how you should always feel good about yourself. And we've been talking about safety too at school. We always talk about safety because we don't ever want anybody getting hurt, do we? So I'm going to tell you a story about this little cat. Miss Teresa made this story a long time ago, and I love this story. It's one of my favorites, so I hope you like it too. But this is about a cat, and his name is Scat the cat. And Scat lived with his family, and he played with his friends every day. And all of his family and all of his friends were orange. Well, Scat decided one day he didn't want to be orange like his friends and his family. So he decided that he wanted to be another color. And so he said to himself, I'm Scat the cat. I'm sassy and fat. I can change my color just like that. And just like that, Scat turned. What color is this? He turned green. He turned green like the grass and the leaves that are on the trees right now. And Scat wandered over to a field that was nearby. And he started walking around on the grass over there. And like I said, he was green like the grass and the leaves and stuff though. So when he was on the grass, just like I talked to you the other day about those mice when they were sitting on the white paper, they were camouflaged. Well, Scat was green like the grass. So he was camouflaged on that grass. And he called out to his friends, hey guys, come over and play with me. But they couldn't see him anywhere because he was camouflaged. He was green like the grass. So they looked around, but they couldn't see him anywhere. So he had nobody to play with. So how do you think that would make you feel if you had nobody to play with? It would be sad, wouldn't it? It's always fun to have friends to play with. So he decided he didn't want to be green anymore. So he said, I'm Scat the cat. I'm sassy and fat. I can change my color just like that. And just like that, Scat turned. What color is this? It's blue, isn't he? He turned blue. He turned blue like the water, the sky. And he wandered over to a little pond that was nearby. And he looked down and he could see his reflection in the water. But all of a sudden, oh no, he fell into the water. And poor Scat, he couldn't swim. Is it ever a good idea to go near the water if you don't know how to swim by yourself? No. Never go near the water unless you're with your mom or your dad or an adult that can keep you safe. But he fell into the water, and he was drowning, and he was screaming, "Help me, help me, help me, somebody." But nobody could see him in the water. They could hear him calling, but they couldn't see him. And thank goodness, Timothy the turtle came swimming by, and he climbed up onto Timothy's back, and Timothy took him back to the shore, and he was nice and safe. Whew. But that sure did scare him, being out in the water like that and not being able to swim. So he said, "Oh my goodness, I don't ever want to be blue again." And so he said, "I'm Scat the cat. I'm sassy and fat. I can change my color just like that." And just like that, Scat turned yellow. Well, he didn't want to go back into the water again, that was for sure. And he didn't have any fun in the grass because nobody could see him over there. So he decided that he was going to wander into the jungle. Ooh, should you ever go anywhere without an adult being with you? Not a good idea, is it? So, but he did. He was doing stuff all the time he wasn't supposed to be doing. He was kind of naughty sometimes. So he wandered into the jungle. And like I said, he was yellow. He was yellow like the sun or like a banana. But he wandered into the jungle and he heard some strange noises. They were noises that sounded pretty scary. He heard a roar. Oh no, he was terrified. What in the world was that? All of a sudden, Leo the lion popped out. "Oh no," he said. "I don't like it here." Leo said, "I'm king of the jungle. You're not supposed to be here. I'm the only one that's yellow in the jungle," said Leo the lion. And so Scat, very quickly, he said, "I'm Scat the cat. I'm sassy and fat. I can change my color just like that." And just like that, he turned red. He was red, like an apple or maybe like a fire truck or something. And he said, "Oh, this is a beautiful color. I've always loved fire trucks. This should be a good color," he said. So he wandered around town by himself again, which again was not a safe thing to do. So don't ever do that. Always stay with your moms and dads so they can protect you, or your teachers or somebody that loves you. But he was wandering around town, and he ran into some of his friends. They didn't even recognize him because he didn't look the same. When they'd seen him last, he was orange. And so they said, "Who are you?" And he said, "Don't you recognize me? I'm Scat." And he said, "You're not Scat. Scat's orange." They said, you can't be red like this. That's not your color." And they started to laugh at him. Whoever saw a red cat? They laughed and they laughed and they laughed. How do you think that made him feel when they were laughing at him? It made him so sad. Never a good idea to laugh at somebody and make fun of them just because they look different than you, right? We always want to be kind to people and be sweet to them. We don't ever want to hurt anybody's feelings. And so his friends wandered off. And so he stood there very still and very quiet and very sad. And he said, "I'm Scat the cat. I'm sassy and fat. I can change my color just like that." And just like that, he turned back into the orange cat that he originally was. And he loved the color that he started out being, the color that God had made him. And he thought back through all of the colors that he thought he wanted to be. He thought he wanted to be a red cat. He thought that he wanted to be a green cat. He thought that he had wanted to be a blue cat. He thought that he'd wanted to be a yellow cat. But in the end, the only color that he really, really, really was happy being was orange, just like the way God made him. And he went back to his family and his friends, and he lived with them happily ever after. So what I want you to remember from this story is God made you special. There's nobody else in the whole wide world that's just like you are. There's nobody else that's just like me. There's nobody else that's just like you. And so I want you to think about something. I know it's been a little while since you've seen your other teachers, but do I look like Miss Beth? No. Do I look like Miss Karen? No. Do you look like your friends? No, you don't look like them either. Does your mom look like your dad? No, that'd be silly, wouldn't it? So you're the only one that's just like you. You're the only one that looks like you. You're the only one that acts like you. So I want you to always, always, always be happy with who you are and how God made you. God made you in his own image. Did you know that? And there's no one else that he made that's just like you. So that makes you very special. And you know what? I love you because you are you. And I'm going to sing you a song before I go, just like we did the other day, okay? All right, here goes. You guys can sing it with me if you want to. Skidamarinky-dinky-dink, skidamarinky-doo. I love you. Skidamarinky-dinky-dink, skidamarinky-doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Skidamarinky-dinky-dink, skidamarinky-doo. I love you and you and you and you and you and you and you. All right, guys, have a good day. I love you, and maybe I'll get back on soon and read you another story. Have a good one. See ya.